Lots to talk about on the Breeders' Cup front this morning at Santa Anita, actually around the country, but I'm not sure we're going to have time to get to that. But we'll have plenty of reporting from Kentucky, New York on all the Breeders' Cup activity back east. But here at Santa Anita, we had a dozen or so Breeders' Cup workers, as we mentioned yesterday, throughout the course of the morning. Started early in the dark at 6:30, ended up around 9:30. And the star of the show, without a doubt, he's now a star on both coasts, Dennis's Moment, the 2-year-old who worked 58 and change at Churchill last Saturday while I was there, and then this morning came right back, shaded 47 this morning over a track that we've already talked about is not all that fast, but he made it look fast. He had Tammy Fox aboard, did it easy as can be, 23 and 1 or 2 for the first quarter, and then 46 and 4 on my watch, galloped out in a minute and 2/5. Obviously, this horse is coming into the Breeders' Cup Juvenile about as sharp as he can be. He's got a lot of talent, and I think if he gets the right trip, he might be tough to beat here. It's good that he got to work over this racetrack, too. I think that's a positive for these horses shipping to the West Coast. The other big name on the tab this morning was the classic contender War of Will. And the big news with him is he's now working in blinkers. He had the blinkers on today. Still had that head cocked out a little bit as he went around the turn and came into the stretch. I had him at 24 and 1, 47 and 4. Galloped out 101 flat. A good time for this morning. I seem to think that I've seen him work better, recalling some of his works back in New York earlier this fall and summer. But still a useful move. And again, blinkers on. The big news there as far as War of Will. One of the other big names on the tab this morning was Catalina Cruiser for the sprint, and he's going to have his running shoes on. One of the surprise decisions going from the dirt to the sprint rather than the dirt mile. And I thought Catalina Cruiser was just okay this morning. He went out quick, 23-1, right about that area for the opening quarter. But I thought he got a little bit leg weary at the end. I had him in 48 to the wire. Galloped out, just shaded 102 on the gallop out. Not what I expected. I thought to see him blast off today, as we have seen some of these other sprinters, Matoli, Imperial Hin at Monmouth Park, and then what I'm hearing, Diamond Oops just tore the track up this morning down at Palmettos as well. But just an average-looking work for me for Catalina Cruiser today. Some of the other workers, Breeders' Cup workers this morning, and Coda went out early in company, 101 and 4. KP Dreamin' right behind them, 50 and 1. Donna Veloci, she was quick today, 35 and 2, a minute and a fifth, one of the quicker moves this morning. And Lazy Daisy went 47 and 4 off a 22 and 4 opening quarter. Went a little bit too quick early and kind of a backwards move there. Later in the day, we had Storm the Court, went in company. Just okay, I thought. Went 6 furlongs from the 5 and 14 and 2. Had a workmate in front of him, Mo Mississippi, and couldn't catch the workmate. Finished about a head behind. Took some dirt on the turn. Finished up okay on the going out into the turn, but was under some pressure to do so. And like I said, couldn't run down his mate. The Doug O'Neill pair of Legends of War and War Beast, they went half miles, 48 and 1 and 49 and 3 respectively. And we actually had warm work on the training track this morning. It was John Sadler sent a double touch over there. I think maybe he was concerned about the main track after Catalina Cruiser's work. So I'm just guessing he called an audible here with double touch, sent him over to the training track, and probably not too happy with what he saw. I had his last 5/8 of a 6 furlong work, 36 and 2, and then 104 and 4, had a target in front of him, lost ground steadily, really had no energy at the wire. So that's what happened here today. Again, there was like 8 or 9 big works down at Churchill today. Covfefe was one of them. Serengeti Empress finally got in that half-mile work at out 5/8 we've been waiting for a couple of weeks, and I got thumbs up from clocker John Nichols there on Serengeti's Empress's performance. And everything's coming together now, but we're going to have a huge weekend of workouts here Saturday and Sunday, expecting a lot of action again as we get closer and closer to Breeders' Cup 2019. And remember, just keep it here for all this information, the best information around on the Breeders' Cup, not only locally, but what's going on all around the country. We have clockers everywhere in Kentucky, in New York, and of course, right here at Santa Anita.